G'day there, it's Duncan here, and Canberra has turned into a growth industry, not for businesses, not for productivity, but for public servants. To no surprise to anyone out there, actually. Anyway, economists are warning of 3 more interest rate hikes this year, which is great news if you don't have a mortgage, a business or a pulse. Meanwhile, government spending keeps ballooning, more departments, more advisors, and more consultants. Apparently, inflation is a mystery, but bureaucracy, now that's booming. It's the same government that keeps hiring them, swelling the care economy, pumping billions into NDIS, aged care, childcare and disability services, and shoveling taxpayer money straight onto a well-connected gravy train. The end result, more than half of Australian households now rely on the government for most of their income, which explains why the system never seems to shrink. And guess who they vote for? Add in the unions, powerful, cashed up, politically welded to Labor, and suddenly the electoral maths makes perfect sense. When your payroll is the state, you tend to vote to keep the state growing. Isn't that how communism works? Thanks to Labor, we have record migration numbers sold as economic necessity, delivered as infrastructure roulette, housing shortages, clogged hospitals, packed classrooms, but don't worry, it's all part of the plan. Apparently, if you import enough people fast enough, reality eventually gives up. Now take my old mate, Tony Burke. He says the borders are under control while the system collapses in plain sight, while presiding over record intake levels and courting a barbarian voter base preaching hate and thrives on division, not assimilation, and we're all supposed to pretend this ends well. Now we have blackouts, Bowen and the Greens, they're dismantling affordable power, normalising soaring bills and papering over the damage with subsidies, while heavy industry teeters and working Aussies pay the price. So here we are, a government carried by a bloated bureaucracy, union muscle, migration on fast forward, and the Royal Court of Canberra still lectures the taxpayers. And that's what I don't get.